On-chain media live stream. Super excited. Coming to you today with a very special guest from Tevaera. And I'm here today. We got Bill, Late Night on Base on the live stream. And we're experimenting with different platforms for live streaming today. We're using Riverside FM and experimenting. So very excited today to dive deeper into Tevaera. And Bill, how are you doing today, man?
I'm cooking. Markets are looking good, and this is my first time using Riverside, so I'm kind of getting used to it. It's like a kid at a candy store. I'm like, what are these features?
Oh
But
yeah,
it's good.
and
It's
and
good to connect with you.
Absolutely. And for those of you that are just tuning in, if you wouldn't mind just retweeting the room, sharing with your network so we can get more folks in. Bill and I really love, continuing to grow the base community, educate on different projects that are making an impact. And I really see Tevaera doing that. I mean, the more I look into this project and, go through the website and your timeline, it looks like you've built something really special. So without further ado, I do want to dive in and Gav, just give you an opportunity to give yourself an introduction, share who you are, what your role is at Tevaera, and a bit about what you do.
Awesome. Thanks for having me here, BMGM, to our audience here. I'm Gav. I'm the co-founder of Tevaera. Been in this, crypto/on-chain rabbit hole for the past 7 years. Started my journey back in 16, 17. I've been a management consultant all my life, Citibank, EY, but passionate gamer from heart, right? And like blockchain world really, sucked me in terms of the disruption that this was going to offer to the world, right? So I always dreamt of being a builder, right? Leave my full-time job, become a builder, and I finally did this, 3 years ago, where we started the concept of Tevaera, bringing my gaming passion and blockchain world together. So since then, it's all been about like how can we solve some real problems for the space, right? How do we, you know, uh, take some key challenges heads on, right? And this is what Teva Protocol solves for, that we're going to talk about today. So really excited to be on your show. Again, thanks for having me, and looking forward to talking more about this.
Of course, we are so excited to have you here, and I see some folks. We now got this shared in the Let's Touch Base community. Shout out to the Let's Touch Base family. Anyone that's watching from there, would love to have you on. We're paying attention to the live comments, the chat. So, if you have any questions, or if you want to hop on towards the end and ask any questions to Tevaera, please let us know. We'll be paying attention if anybody wants to participate. So that being said, I do want to dive deeper into here and, deeper into the introduction and just kind of highlight what Tevaera is. Like, what are you doing at a high level?
Yeah, no, for sure. So, Tevaera is your one-stop on-chain gaming platform with guilds and games. We are creating a circular compounding loop for both players, creators and gamers, and developers as well, right? Where they can all come and participate in this economy, right? Everything's on chain, everything's fully permissionless, it's tokenized. All the value capture is being distributed fairly with, all the participants in the network. So that's our big vision, right? And one of the main reasons why we're building on Base, because it's all about uh, bringing gaming on chain for us.
Yeah, totally. I think that is such a hugely untapped vertical. Like, I love seeing projects prioritizing on-chain gaming. I think that's something that can really help us achieve mass adoption. So I love that you guys have focused on that. And yeah, Bill, I'm not sure if you have any questions you wanna add here as well.
Do I have questions? Oh, come on now. I got plenty of questions to ask. All right, well, starting off, listen, I'm excited to do this because this is how we grow our ecosystem. And you guys are really well regarded. So I want to kind of dive into this whole permissionless protocol with the guilds. So talk to us, because that's kind of what your whole thing is, creating this protocol for on-chain guilds and games. Let's break it down. What exactly is a guild? Let's start off with that.
Yeah. So, traditionally speaking, guilds have been the heart of gaming communities. And it's the social fabric that basically brings engagement into the game, where people are competing against each other. Um, and we've been watching that space grow in our on-chain world over the years. But most of these guilds are still off-chain. And they are either maintained in spreadsheets, Discord rules. We did see some success stories with the likes of IGG, where they went ahead and tokenized their guild, and did really well, right? So the problem statement for us was, or the opportunity that we saw was, you have these thousands of communities sitting in Discord, Telegram, right, that are playing games and having fun, but they don't have a mechanism to capture that value in a concentrated way, right? And on chain as well. So that's what we try to solve with Teva protocol, where it literally takes you 4 clicks. Within 3 minutes, you can have a on-chain guild ready with an ERC20 token, which has real utility, integrated governance on chain, where your community members can, drive the future of your guild. It comes with a reward baked in, where you can claim rewards. And then there's also a bring your own revenue concept, that we are experimenting with right now, where if you are a guild and you want to, if you have other revenue sources outside of Tevaera, you will have an option to, bring that in and distribute and have your guild, use that as a revenue source as well. So it's the seamless experience that we are providing to creators, DAOs, any community out there, that wants to have that on-chain footprint and work as a economic hub with all these options that we are giving to you.
I love it. And just real quick, everyone, my internet be rugging. Thank you, internet gods are not on my side.
If it's
but what I
not
will
Elon
do,
Musk, it's the internet.
it's not.
The internet.
I
ruggers.
know, I know. But you know what, though? I'm so committed to this stream and I want it to be perfect. I'm going to hop off real quick. I'm going to come on through my phone, which I'm sure will have better reception. So I will be back in like, I don't know, 2
We'll
minutes
hold
or
it
so.
down.
Rachel, hold it down for
We'll
us.
hold it down. We'll hold it down. Yeah, so okay, we discussed what Tevaera is at a high level, kind of like your vision for what you're looking to do. I am curious, this actually isn't on the agenda, but I see you guys, prioritizing growing in the base ecosystem. So I'm curious, like, what has encouraged you guys to like get more involved on base and make that your home?
Yeah, well, that's a great question, Rachel. I think it comes down to three things for us. First is I think the distribution that base offers right now is second to none in the space. And especially with the Coinbase app integration that's coming with base DEX. Imagine all these guilds will have million of users to access, right? Once that goes live. So distribution number one. Second, I would say the performance of the base network is like exceptional. Like I was just looking at L2Beat.
100%.
Yeah, like before coming to this podcast, I was just looking at L2Beat, and like user operations per second is one of the metrics we see. It's more refined than TPS, and Base is doing 100 plus user operations per second on chain, which is like 5 times the second best network in the Ethereum ecosystem. Like that's just mind blowing, right? And the third I would say is cost, right? A Base is probably the second or third cheapest, on-chain platform right now, with gasless features as well, right? We have integrated Coinbase Wallet, and right now we're onboarding some Web2 folks with gasless transaction features, and that to me is like amazing. And all of these things are really important when it comes to gaming, right? It needs to be fast, it needs to be scalable, it needs to be cheap, right? Or economical, and then the distribution is always important, right? So we feel game base is the place to for on-chain gaming to do really well, and here we are with our protocol to make that happen.
I love it, and I could not agree more. I feel like the culture on base is so ripe for a project like this. There's so many people, if you've noticed, like that really are into like pixel art, gaming, kind of like a retro vibe. I feel like there's a very big untapped opportunity here to kind of lean into the gaming culture more on base. And we've seen projects like Base Barrio, if you've seen Barrio, B3, like a lot of projects that are building in the gaming vertical on base that I think are starting to gain more and more traction and more eyeballs. And I think it is a really good time. We've seen big gaming projects like DeFi Kingdoms back in the day generate so many on-chain transactions. And when you really hit your stride as a game or as a gaming platform, I feel like that is when you get like this critical mass of users and people coming on to your chain. So I think it is a good moment for Base. And I am curious, like, what new possibilities that you view your project unlocking for on-chain gaming and gamers?
So, we are giving out the on-chain rails for people to experiment, right? There is a strong foundation that we have provided with Tevaera protocol, and we have made it in a way, where some of this stuff is going to be composable. You're going to see guilds doing a lot of innovation in terms of how they are, distributing and growing their own communities, and also how is this economy mechanism functioning in the circular compounding loop that we have created. So the the good thing about what we're doing is everything is on chain, transparent, permissionless, right? So it gives a lot of opportunity for users to go out there and experiment. We always believe in community wisdom. There's no way our team can solve for
100%.
everything, right? So I am really excited to with the potential that this has, and it's just getting started. We just went live this week. It was a really smooth launch. We
Oh,
already have,
congrats.
yeah, like we have
Congratulations.
25, 30 draft guilds launched, with 4 crowned, fully fledged guilds where you have governance and other growth tools activated. So it's all been organic, loving the feedback so far, and looking forward to, growing this.
Okay, well, there's definitely a lot to dive in here about, like, okay, the fact that you're focusing on building a community-focused project and baking in governance into the project. I think what I want to do is, if you're okay with it, Gab, is just kind of screen share and kind of go through the website and show all the different things you've built now.
Yeah, I would love to do that, Rachel. Let me know when you can see my screen here.
Yep, I see it. And beautiful website, by the way. I did try my best to recreate that green, just so you all know today. So, like, tried to get as close to that green as possible for my lighting today.
Yeah, I should have done that too. So, you land on our website. The mission is, it's from day one, it's always been redefining gaming. And with Teva Protocol, we are solving this by on-chain guilds and games powering a self-sovereign economy. So big words, what does this really mean? You can, start here on our guilds page with, some really cool messaging on, why you should be guilding, what are the benefits, what type of games, that are coming to this platform. And we're going to talk more about that in a bit. These are some of the featured guilds, recent guilds that are out there. The creation process is really simple. It's a 4-step process. Start with your vision, in terms of what's your purpose and why.
This is so cool.
Yeah, you fill out the stuff, and then this is where things get really exciting. We have this, character generation AI embedded into our Teva protocol, where you can just type in, what your brand should look like, right? What should be your mascot character, and it will, help generate some draft options for you here, and the one you like can be converted into a real-time 3D model. Which is usable in games. It's your ownership key. It's also your brand, that you can go out there and share. Try this out. We've been getting like really good feedback on this. Like there's another one that I did here.
This
And
just looks like so much fun. Like, yeah, I want to try this out now.
yeah, it like literally takes you 2 minutes to do this, and it's going to be integrated into our games. And like I'm going to show you a gameplay tease from our next game that's coming up, and it's going to make so much sense in terms of how you're going to be using these, right? Next
I'm
up, you fill in
excited.
you fill in your socials, and there you go. So one thing we have done here is took some inspiration here from some other projects that have been in the launches. You'll have the option of buying your own guild token before you go live. This is going to be happening as your project gets put on the forging curve. So, gives you protection from sniping. And this is where we are seeing a lot of creativity, from communities trying to get most of the supply here and then distribute out to their community members, in a more fair and equitable way. So that's something, you can try it out. And that's it. As soon as you click this button, your guild is launched on chain. with governance baked in. Your mascot is launched on chain as well. This also acts as your ownership key. So another cool thing that we have done here, Rachel, is you can treat this like a business, like as a creator. And
Oh, so
let's
there's like a level of monetization baked in.
yeah, so there's level of monetization baked in, and you have an ownership key in form of this mascot NFT. What does that mean is what that means is you can trade this NFT. Let's say your community takes off, right, and you decide that there's a lot of interest because you're monetizing it. There's like good trading fee revenue coming in. You can sell your creator rights with this mascot key, and if your business is doing well, I mean, your guild is doing well, that's and there's other things happening and you want to exit from your role, you have the flexibility of doing that. It could be a community takeover, it could be some individual coming in on as the creator, but it all happens on chain. It's transparent and it's facilitated by this mascot NFT key that you have.
That's awesome. Okay, so it's an NFT. So that's pretty cool. There's a level of like tokenization to this. Bill, I'm not sure if you're. Let me make sure you're able to unmute here. Here we go. Not sure if you have any
Can you guys
thoughts.
hear me?
Yep.
Yeah, we can.
Oh, wow. Like I said, I'm so new to this Riverside. I don't even know if I'm in backstage. I see this like
You're here.
number below me that's just saying 49%, 51. Like, I don't know what's going on.
Oh, that's
But I'm back.
uploading your local recording. Yeah.
Whoa, fancy, fancy, fancy. Well, listen, okay, so I might have missed this thing. So, all right, real quick, Gabs, walk with me with this. You're creating this avatar. Is this very customizable? Everything that you can do that you're showing, like,
Exactly, right.
because that's
So you start with your guild vision, right? And then this is a unique feature that we have, come up with where there's character level AI integration into our protocol. You can define what your mascot brand would look like, right? Create some cool characters, and then the one you like, you can go ahead and generate a 3D model, right? This is going to be a mascot that's actually playable in the games, right? You own the IP. This is also the ownership key for your guild, as a
That
creator.
is really cool. I think
Yeah.
that's a
That's
big
super cool.
narrative on chain that is just very untapped. I mean, we see projects like Own the Doge, like stewardship of IP and having provenance and ownership. I feel like that really aligns with the ethos of Web3 and the on-chain space. So I love that you guys are prioritizing that.
100%. So you enter your socials next, and right, and then in a click of a button, you can just
Mentally, I heard when you said that enter your social next, your social security and your seed phrase. Now get
Oh, this is more about
imagine.
where your community chats and has fun.
Okay, so you
Yeah.
enter your social media, your handles, and then where do you go from there?
And then we mandate you to buy some of your guild token supply here, as a protection mechanism. It's a really small amount that we ask you to buy, but we recommend that you try to grab more share of your guild tokens upfront here, and then look into some on-chain strategies that we recommend in our docs. You could potentially move some of these tokens into treasury as a growth mechanism. You can airdrop this to grow your community, and burn your tokens, hold them, use them for other growth strategies. Like, there's so much that you can do with this, right? So we would strongly recommend, because this is your sniper bot protection. This is also a flex being a whale for your own project, the conviction, and then also making sure that you're capturing the best price point for your community and yourself. So once
Yeah,
this
let
is
me
done,
ask you a quick
This is so
question.
cool.
Let me ask you a quick. This is
yeah,
super cool. But Gab, I want to ask you, because what you're building is so dope, and it's obviously very intricate. A huge portion of my show, Rachel's show with Onchain Media, is finding out, why people are putting in all their work and time and effort into creating it. The passion means a lot. So let me just ask you, first of all, why are you guys like? At what moment did you guys realize that Tevaera needed to be built? Let's walk through it. Like, what exactly was that moment where you're just like, you know what? I'm going to dedicate my on-chain life, my career for this project. So my question to you, Gav, is simply why?
that's a great question. I think we had our Axie movement, back in the day when Axie Infinity came out, right? And like I said, I was always a passionate gamer, right? And blockchain being my second home, I saw the potential there, right? There were a lot of things that were working, and then there were a lot of things that were broken. And we said this could, be a game changer for gaming as an industry, not like even outside of our space, right? So, ownership really stuck with us in terms of how do we, the asset ownership piece of it. But what we really wanted to solve for was the infra, right? How do we make the UX simple for anyone to just come and start playing on-chain games, right? How do we make it simple for anyone to like join an on-chain guild, right? And that's what Teva Protocol is all about, like simplifying that experience and making it, easy for anyone to become a part of this, on-chain economy. So, yeah.
That is awesome. And by the way, you guys, two exciting updates in the background here. We have the CEO of Own the Doge. He'll be joining us here momentarily. I've also sent an invitation to Zach Prater, who has run a lot of the on-chain, gaming nights on the Build on Base account. So we might have a couple folks jumping in here shortly for some Q&A. But, just to move forward on the agenda here, I am curious, if you can kind of further explore this ecosystem, is there anything else you can do with these guilds,
Oh, yeah.
any novel features? I'm sure we could probably have a whole episode just on this, it looks like.
Yeah, yeah, 100%. I'll quickly walk you through some of the key features that I think are really special. So, if you go into let's say any of these guilds here, um, your mascot always shows up, which is really cool. We'll also give you rigging options in the future where you can have fun with this.
And
There's
you can
like
see the chart too. So that chart, and correct me if I'm wrong, that is associated to the token that represents your NFT or your guild.
exactly. So this is
And
your
you can
guild
trade
token.
that. Okay.
Yeah, so it's integrated with Dex Screener here, and it's all trading on chain. So you can swap stuff from here from your tokens, and then click on this. This is where I think that things get really exciting, because like I said, we are giving you on-chain real-time governance integrated with your guild here, right? So these are your governance parameters in terms of threshold, quorum. But once you click on this, and I may not have the tokens, required to create a proposal right now, there are like a list of 18, 20 on-chain actions that you can do, transparently with your community in a decentralized manner, through this proposal here. You can also stake your guild tokens here, right, and be a part of this on-chain discussion and governance, right, for this, which I you wouldn't see this in any, like I haven't seen this yet, where all of this comes together as a package. The other thing I would say is the tools, the guild tools that we are coming up with. I know we were working on some really cool reward distribution mechanisms, agents, some growth tool strategies, some scholarship programs, like a lot of cool things that can be done for you growing your guild. Last thing I want to say here is you can join multiple guilds, like I have. I've been having fun with our community creating like some awesome guilds here. And all the rewards that you get from Tevaera are going to be like really simplified. So as a creator, you get portion of like a majority of your trading fee, swap fee, we have a big portion of our Teva token dedicated for guild incentive growth programs. There are like big games coming, to Tevaera. The next one I'm going to share shortly here with you, and they, will have a big portion of their token reserved for, the guilds and the holders here, right? So a lot of exciting things that we have baked up around this economy. There's also this option here where you can go to hamburger menu and select your primary guild, which is where your contribution is going to go, right? So yeah, take 5 minutes, explore this platform is what I'm going to ask to the audience, and we are happy to help you on Discord, or DM me if you have any questions. Happy to jump on a call and help address that as well.
I love it. Well, I have a question. Could we start an on-chain media guild? Are we able to you said it takes a couple minutes. Could you do something like that?
Rachel is cooking.
Well,
She's cooking ideas.
Let's do it. Why not create an on-chain media guild?
Yeah, I mean, that's amazing. Yeah, let's do it.
All right. I just got connected just connected on the website. So I don't know if that's something like to easily do like live, or if it would take me some time. I don't know.
No, it's going to take us literally 3 minutes to do it.
Well,
You're
okay,
going to
this
need
could be a
some,
fun demo, you guys. Like this
yeah,
can show you
it's going to
just
take
how
us like,
easy it is.
so if you can ping me your wallet, Rachel, it's going to take you some Teva, and we'll be happy to sponsor those Teva for you,
Oh,
right,
perfect.
to launch
Awesome.
it. So skip for now. You don't need to do this to launch a guild. You can skip this step. This is more of our gamer ID as an optional stuff. If you want to participate in these rewards. So
Okay, so skip for
skip
now.
this, and you can go click create on top.
Okay,
So
let's
this is
create.
this,
Oh, here we go. Whoa, this
yeah.
is really cool already. So how custom can I get with this little mascot
So
here?
let's start with your vision, where we want you
Okay.
to think about what your guild name is, what your ticker is going to be,
All
and
right, it's
then
gonna be Onchain Media. Should I say Onchain Media Guild or just keep it
no, this is
simple?
good. On-chain media is good.
Okay. Ticker can be Ohm, but I feel like there's probably a lot of Ohms out there. Like,
Yeah, yeah, you can try it. OCM, I don't know. Yeah, OM,
oh
What
yeah,
about OCM on Chain Media?
yeah.
OCM. Okay, purpose and vibe. Our purpose is to educate and onboard folks into the on-chain space and help help educate the masses on how blockchain technology can help solve problems and improve people's lives. Okay. Next step. Okay, so all right, what does your guild's spirit look like? Is it
You,
fierce,
you need to
funny?
send me your wallet in our Telegram chat here.
I did. I dropped it.
Okay, sorry.
Okay, so what do we want this to look like? I mean, I feel like Bill for the on-chain media brand, it's just like very clean. It embodies like education, content, creativity. Okay, so this is kind of a fun exercise here. Let's
Makes you think, right, about your
yeah.
brand and who you stand for, what you stand for. Sorry.
Make this embody. I feel like we gotta have like a microphone somehow incorporated in this. Let's embody the spirit of education and creation with an abstracted microphone as the like central symbol here.
Maybe one thing you should do, Rachel, is since this is going to be a playable character in the game, I would like you to think about what's your favorite animal, if we were to go down that route, right? And have it as a mascot.
Okay, well, I don't know about you, Bill. Like, I feel like a tiger just came to mind. Maybe like a
Oh
phoenix.
yeah,
I don't know.
you represent that tiger. Represent that tiger, girl.
All right. So let's make. I'm just picturing like this tiger with like a microphone as like a head now. Like I don't know how it's gonna incorporate this microphone in. Let's see. I think a tiger could be a good spirit animal to incorporate here. Okay, I don't know. Art kawaii.
Yeah, some of these
What's
are
our
inspiration.
inspiration? Do we want this? What is this one? Because I like this, like the minimalism, like minimal,
Yeah, so
futuristic.
this is just the orb, right, which is going to open up and your character is going to come out.
Oh
So
wow,
it's,
I like. Maybe I'm a weirdo, but I like the orb. I'm like, hey, I could play this.
this is just a placeholder. So can you go and buy some attempts? So I think you should already have Teva in your account. So go
Okay.
down where it says buy more.
Okay.
Right below, no, not Teva. You don't have to buy Teva. You already should
Okay.
have. But below Kawaii, you see an option to buy model generation
Oh
attempts.
yes, yes.
Okay. So just buy this. go with like the second option or the third option, and just select Teva from the drop down there.
Okay.
All right.
All right, I'm just signing. I don't know if you guys can see this. Can you see
No,
my wallet when I'm
no,
Nope.
we can't.
Okay.
It's good.
That's good. Privacy matters, Rachel.
Yeah. All right. So I think we're cooking with gas now.
Okay, so you're good. So now just generate, any style. Let's go with Kawaii and generate it.
Kawhi. All right. Drum roll. Excited to see this.
So this is more of a preview, right? That it's gonna generate for
Wow,
you.
I was gonna say it looks a little bit like, wow, it's our on-chain media tiger. Look at that.
Can you
Got
also
the
do Disney?
microphone.
Can you do Disney, and let's try Disney as well
Let's
to
see Disney. By the way, I love how the tail is like connected to the wire of the microphone. Like that's
Right.
great. All right, let's try Disney and generate.
I'm getting Topi vibes. Looks like a
I
little Topi
know.
character
Oh,
that gets friends.
maybe we should incorporate some Topi-esque. Okay, wow. Interesting.
Look at this.
You're not gonna lie, I kind of like the kawaii one better. Let's
Yeah.
see Genshin.
Genshin.
Let's try
Genshin is
Genshin.
more of an RPG, your AA, AAA sort of a character.
I mean, I feel like for this platform, I'm probably that is cool, but I don't know. This first one's just really cute.
Yeah, can you click on download image, and you're probably gonna see better resolution if you open that. You can also click
Oh
on
my
the
God, it's cute. Okay, let's see. I'm gonna try to share my another screen to show the image in a higher quality. One sec. Screen, let's show. There it is. That's the Onchain Media Guild Tiger, you guys. There it
love
is.
your mascot. Yeah.
The
Now
Badass.
wire connected to the tail is really very unique feature there.
yeah, that's the on-chain connection. It's all integrated.
Yeah. And I think what we can do also maybe is throw a little on-chain media logo there on like his little emblem, little necklace.
That would be cool. So if you click on generate 3D, that's where the magic happens, Rachel. Like, I'm not kidding. This
Okay.
used to take us weeks, to go through all this concept creation and then rigging and then the 3D model process for gaming characters. And now you can literally do that in 2 minutes, right? Because this 3D thing is like really cool. So if you just click
Okay,
on
here we
generate 3D,
go.
yeah,
We're gonna
and
try. Let's do generate 3D. We got our orb back.
yeah, and you're gonna go through that process. Um, there's a percentage bar, a progress bar on the right, and then there's a timer here, that's gonna walk you through the user journey of how this is happening in the background.
Well, this is very cool. And no joke, for those of you who are watching, this was so quick and so easy. You could set up a guild and have your mascot in minutes. This was so easy. So yeah, very exciting stuff. So all right, while our timer's going down, we got a couple minutes here. Bill, maybe we can go a little deeper into the agenda, and then we'll come back to our on-chain media tiger in a moment.
Yeah, I love that. I love that, Tiger. So my question, I guess, going a little deeper, we found out your why. But like, I guess my question to you is as to why you saw the need. But for you specifically, obviously you're a smart guy. You can do anything you want in this Web3 space, but you're dedicating your life to this. And we know why Tevaera was created. But what about you? What about why is it that I know you said you have the background of being a gamer, but what is it that you think Tevaera can do on a global stage? And especially, actually, let me hold up on that before I get into that. Base, you're on coming to base, and that's very important. I want to tap onto that because you guys initially weren't on base. You guys came in from this way. What is it about base specifically that gets you guys so excited, and why did you guys move over?
Yeah, so we touched upon this, Bill, but I'm gonna say three things. Distribution for base, I think it's the best right now for any on-chain network, right? And especially with the upcoming Coinbase app integration for on-chain tokens, like that's gonna open access to millions of users. You can have these guilds, and you can onboard like thousands and thousands of members using that distribution channel. Second, I would say is the network, the performance, right? Like we've been ETH maxis for the past 7 years, right? So like Base is like base is what you need to get the world on chain. Those are not just words, but that's the kind of infra you need for that to happen. So, with some virtual launches happening some time back, we were looking at base clocking like 500,000 transactions per second, right? On a consistent basis, it's
Kind
been
of
doing,
wild.
yeah, like I come from the Ether Delta, era in 2017 where you clicked on doing a transaction, to buy something on Dex, and you left your desktop for 5 minutes and the transaction was still not done, right? So coming from that era to here where you're doing thousands of transactions per
Such a
second.
breath of fresh air. Like, also, it was so like, no shade on ETH, you guys. I love Ethereum, but like, oh my god, it was so slow and clunky and
Exactly.
expensive back in. I remember on the Nouns proposal forum, just to write a comment was like, there was sometimes I would want to write a comment, and the gas fee and the time, it would be like $120 just to leave a
Yeah, it's
comment on
crazy.
the forum, and it would take hours. And I'm like, this cannot scale, So thank God for
Exactly.
Base. Thank God for Base.
Thank God for base. Yeah. So distribution, scale, speed, cost, right? I would say those are the GTM for us, as a gaming project. Really important for us to hit those check marks. And the fifth thing I would say is base team is goated. They are like
Super
no one else.
goaded.
Yeah, they are like amazing. Our journey started with just a cold DM to Jesse. You wouldn't like I never expected him to ever reply back to us.
I hear
One,
this story all the time. Like, the same
yeah.
thing happened to me. It's like this CEO of this at layer 2 actually takes the time to like talk to people in the community and welcome you in. Like, that's something you don't see every day. It's definitely very special.
Yeah, so aside of
Vitalik ain't doing that.
what's that, Bill?
Vitalik isn't doing that. Vitalik Buterin ain't doing what
Yeah,
Jesse's
I
doing.
worked. I worked for a project that was funded by Vitalik, and I talked to him one time. That's it. So
Yeah. So Jesse is next level. Like shout out to David as well. He's been super
oh, we
helpful.
love David.
Yeah, and
Statuette and Neri, just
yeah,
every single person on that team, I feel like is doing something very special. And I would go as far as to say they're extraordinary. Each person has an extraordinary skill set. And I just believe in their team to fully, like, execute and do what they're doing very well.
100%, right? So now to answer your big question, Bill, if we were to bring the users to this on-chain gaming world, we feel base is the place, and I tell this to my fellow builders as well who are trying to come in and build in this space, like look into base, right? And the stuff that they're unlocking here is just next level.
And then to follow up
100%.
real quick, Gab, to follow up real quick on that, I'm gonna ask you a pretty deep question. I want you
Yeah.
to close your eyes and imagine this specifically. 1 year from now, July 3rd, 2026, where would you like to see Tevaera?
I would love to have at least 500 guilds live. I don't care about the scale of this. Like I'm sure some of them would have members in thousands, but I really want this to be an opportunity and tool for anyone in the community, right? Who has like 5 friends and you want to go ahead and create a guild and grow your network from there. Like I was on the other side of this not too long ago where I dreamt about launching my own token, my own project, my own platform, right? And here I am pursuing my dream. So we're giving you this tooling to make it happen, with long-term upside, with real utility, with on-chain rails where you can really make an impact with what you're doing, right? And we'll keep growing and giving you more options because we really want this to make sense for you. So try it out, right? So that would be on the guild side. On the game side, I would love to have one viral title coming out from Tevaera. I'm going to just plug in this announcement here. So, Look Mister is a leading gaming studio from California. These are ex-PlayStation guys, 2 decades of experience. They are launching their first game on us exclusively, which is coming out soon. And the guilds are going to have tons of upside in that game, right? It's a vehicle beta battle royale like you've never played before.
Oh, I get down with some Battle Royale. By the way, RIP Pac-Man Battle Royale on Nintendo Switch. I don't think there's another. I don't know if there's anyone else that's played it the way I have, but
let
they
me
shut
let
down the servers and it broke my heart.
if with your permission, can I show you a raw footage of this game?
You permission granted. Show whatever you want to share, man.
Okay, let me do this. All right, so again, this is there's a teaser being created right now. So you'll see all the polished things and an announcement coming out soon. But this is us just recording this. Now
Let's
imagine
go.
your
Oh, I'm
tiger
getting
sitting
what's
here on
that
one of
game
these.
like Splatoon? I'm getting like Splatoon vibes right now from this.
Yeah,
I'm
so
instantly getting I'm instantly getting Mario Kart vibe.
It's like
yeah,
Mario
so
Kart meets Splatoon.
it does, right? So now imagine your tiger sitting on one of these cars, right? Because you're playing with your own mascot. The on-chain media guilders are out there to make an impact, and they're fighting, 8 other guilders in a real-time match, which is like super fast-paced and awesome, right? All right, so let's play this.
This actually looks really fun. Wow. I mean, you know what I'm thinking when I see this is like you must have a very experienced or many very experienced game developers because I feel like in Web3 it's very easy to kind of not prioritize the quality of development and like that looks like it could be a triple A game, like something you could see on the Nintendo Switch store. So I'm curious, like, yeah, how you guys have been able to master that and get such experienced game developers to take the chance on on-chain gaming, because I feel like that's
Oh,
not very common.
this has been in works for the last year, right? So we met them at GDC, like we had our own
Love
booth.
GDC, SF,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. So we had our own booth there last year, and we met this team there. We were introduced by some common friends, and it's been a journey. And Josh, the guy who's behind this, like he was the director of PlayStation. Like he has been with Sony for 20 years before spinning off Look Mister, his own gaming
Wow.
studio. So I would look forward for him to coming onto the show as well in the future as
Yes,
Reason Rival
please.
goes
We
live.
want to do more gaming content. Absolutely. I come from a family of all boys, so it's kind of like my upbringing, just gaming. Growing up in a gamer household. So, yeah, if I could interview and connect to people who are a part of that world, for me personally, that holds a special place in my heart. I love gaming, so I would absolutely love that.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
this
and
is
Rachel,
coming.
we actually know. Oh, I'm sorry. I was just gonna say, yeah, we love gaming too. Like we know, like guys like Daryl from B3, and
Daryl,
like
we love
we really
Daryl.
want this. Yeah, if you don't know Daryl, we should get you in touch. But it's a sector that, in my opinion, NFTs and gaming are the two that really have the best chance to onboard. The retail, I guess you could say, because
Yeah.
that's really what everyone understands. I love memes too, though, but I think gaming has a real place. Real quick, Rachel, is Zach gonna join us?
Let me double check with Zach real quick. In the DMs. Let's see. I'm not sure, but I know for a fact I've also invited the CEO of Own the Doge to join us. And also shout out to Flannel Donut Film 3 Festival. I invited Flannel Donut to come up, who's done a lot in the world of film, but I know that they've, been bullish on supporting on-chain gaming efforts as well. So yeah, just sent out a couple invites. We'll see who jumps in. And if you're watching or listening and you want to join, we're paying attention to the comments. We're paying attention to the Let's Touch Base community chat. So just let us know. So yeah, I'm not sure, Bill, let's see if we got through all the agenda stuff here. Okay, there is a question I want to ask
I
around
think so.
bridging Web 2 to Web 3. I'm curious, like, why you might think it's critical to maintain, certain elements of the traditional gaming space and what bring what works into Web 3. Do you have any thoughts on that?
100%, right? I think the fun element of games is non-negotiable, right? Like you cannot have games that are not fun to play and try to attach tokens and economies to it, like that's not something that's going to work in the long term, right? So we've always made sure every game that comes to Tavera, and there are two more in pipeline, that they're all going to be high quality games, super fun to play, right? In terms of the other things, that we really like on the on-chain side of things is the ownership, the upside in terms of value capture, right? Where you are monetizing your time, your efforts, and your gameplay, right? So with guilds, we compound this to the next level, right? Where you're not just getting tokens from the game, you have your own token to capture this upside against as well, right? And then there are revenue monetization strategies that you can implement, and then go crazy with it, right? Go out there and get creative and bring your own revenue, right? Is what we are telling some of these guild creators. So I think this is where you start to see, the perfect world, at least in my mind, where you have the best of both worlds coming together. And that's what we're going to do with our next game and these on-chain guilds here.
Very cool. Well, speaking of our on-chain guild, you guys, I think our 3D on-chain media tiger is ready. So, all right, another drum roll. Let's go check it out. All right. And here it is, our on-chain media tiger with the tail is also a cord, you guys. This is a feature, not a bug. Okay, it's it comes handy somehow. So
What I really like about
so
this modeling, Rachel, is like how precise this is, right? It took your preview and converted this real time in like 2 minutes, and it even captured that fine detail of your tail being attached to the mic. Right?
that's pretty hilarious. That's funny. Wow, look at I mean, this is even cooler now in 3D. Like,
Looks
so much
fly.
detail.
Look at that. Looks like I'm going to school. Looks like the most popular kid in school.
On-chain school.
On-chain school, yeah.
And also another thing is the ears are connected, you guys, to the headphones. That's another feature, not a bug. Built-in headphones in the ears. So yeah, I mean, I'm curious like how to move forward here. Let's see what else we can do. So
Okay,
next step.
Yeah. If you have, your website or a couple of things here, just drop them here for your Farcaster handle.
I'm gonna grab our website. Boom, X. Let's get our handle. Does it want the handle or does it want the full link?
Oh, this is good. Yeah. If you see the check mark, you're good. Sorry,
Okay,
it needs the full link. My bad.
Okay,
Yeah.
full link.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Farcaster. Let's grab that. Okay. And yeah, Bill, if there's anything else on the agenda you want to run through while I'm
No, I
getting
think
these all
no, I
together?
think I think this is a really good show, and we're gonna be cooking with Tevaera a lot. Like I said, I'm gonna have Gav on for my live stream. Probably I'm gonna hit you up maybe Monday. If you're around Monday, let's do it. And they're gonna be doing 2 podcasts with us,
Podcast.
with
Yep.
me, with Rachel. Short form clips that Rachel's gonna create. I've got some more tweets. We gonna be cooking. You guys are going to know everything there is to know about Tevaera, and I'm happy about that because it's a really cool project. And like I said, I think you guys are destined for big things, and I'm excited. I'm excited to work with you all.
What I really love about today's show here is you trying the product. Like, there's no better marketing
course.
than the real product, right?
Exactly.
Right in front of you, and it working, right? That's the biggest thing for me. So if you can just enter, 10 token here as a, that's the minimum it's gonna ask you, and there you go. Click
All
on
right,
buy
we're
and
gonna
launch.
buy and launch, everybody. Here we go.
Let's
OCM
go.
on-chain media. We got the on-chain media tiger plugged into his tail. We're launching it. All
So
right.
it's saving your mascot on chain. Like I said, you're gonna have the ownership key for this mascot, Rachel. And let's say, like on-chain media has a really bright future. This guild taking off, and in future, if you decide to pass on the baton to someone else, you can do that as well. On-chain transparently.
This is very cool. I'm
So cool.
officially signing the transaction. I'm confirming it. And I think I'm on the last step here, forging our guild.
There you go.
There it
You
is. Our
are
guild is
live.
live. Woo!
You just
Let's
launched
go.
Can you click
For
on
whatever
forward
reason, I
now?
read that.
That's another reason.
Sorry, go ahead.
Can you click on Forge
This
It
is
now?
no. I was gonna say this.
Yeah, sorry, Bill, go ahead.
Go ahead, Bill.
Oh no, I was just gonna say this is one of the reasons, another reasons why we love doing live streams instead of spaces because
Yeah.
we can actually test the product, we can actually showcase it, demo it, so people can see the process, how easy it is. You can only do these on live streams. That's another reason why it's just a no-brainer instead of
Like in
spaces.
real time, yeah. Like if we did this on a pre-recorded podcast and then shared it, you're not like there in the moment with us. We got like, we got like around almost 500 people watching here live. So we got to share this moment with all of you. So that's
Yeah.
pretty exciting. And yeah, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna forge it, you guys.
Yeah, just click on
I
that.
read that fast. I thought it
Forge,
said
forge.
forget it. Like forget about it.
Yeah, there you
Here we
go. Yeah.
go.
Oh, look at that pump. People are buying your token right now.
Wait, are you kidding me? We
Let's
got like,
go!
let's
Pump
go.
it!
Woo woo.
And
To the
Pump
go down.
it!
moon.
If
On-chain
you,
media to
if
the
you,
moon.
oh,
To the
there's Cindy
moon!
Crypto. She is the first member of your guild. You can upload this Reddit style. You can use this as a messaging board to chat with your community here.
Okay, let's do on GMBM on-chain media family. Let's just say hello to whoever is here. And we have people, no, they're saying fourth. Wait, we have like people actually joining this with us live. This is so cool.
Yeah, look at that.
What is this here? Is this like upvoting, like Reddit
Yeah, it's
kind
upload,
of? Okay.
downloads, Reddit. Yeah. And then you see this download button next to your mascot there. Within a
Uh-huh.
couple of minutes, can you click on that?
Yep.
So you're gonna go to this page, where you can see this. You can zoom into this model, play around with it, and then you'll be able to, download this as an MP3 and share it wherever you want.
So I
In a
could
couple of
bring this onto like, let's say, I don't know, I'm not a game developer, but something like Blender or like what are some platforms? I'm forgetting the platforms you could use for
Yeah,
like
you
editing.
could bring it to any rigging platform, and you'll have the file, GLB file, where you can create motions out of this character, and we are going to do that in our V2 as well, where you can make this jump, dance, run, do a lot of fun stuff with it.
Wow. Well, I've never done like 3D modeling or creations like this, but I mean, with AI, I feel like so much is possible nowadays. So this is like, yeah, something really cool. I didn't expect to get into here today. This is awesome.
Yeah, no, this is awesome, and thank you for trying this live. Yeah. We didn't plan for this. This all happened, live
This
here. So it
happened
was so
here
cool.
today, you guys. On-chain media history. And yeah, we do
We
have
making
people
history out here.
buying. That is just a solid green candle, you guys. It's only all green here. And we
Yeah.
got GMs, we got people commenting CB Crypto, GM, Aidwell, GM. We got another wallet address commenting. Welcome everybody who joined this guild. 4 of us here. We're blowing up, you guys.
Yeah,
Little
no, we'll be happy
family.
to share this with our
But
community as well, and yeah, take it forward from there.
So cool.
please do.
So yeah, I got my friend. Let's see.
I think Rachel.
Mhm.
Oh, you got someone coming up? I was gonna say we probably a little bit over time now, but I'm happy to go a little bit more if you want.
Yeah, shout out to Smoke from Own the Doge. I know she heard IP and that just like summons like the Own the Doge IP or provenance. So we'll see if she can jump in. If not, we'll go ahead and wrap it up here in a moment. But yeah, just to kind of look at what else we have on the agenda here. Gav, can you kind of share what's coming up for Tevaera? What's on the roadmap? Any exciting announcements you want to share before we wrap up here today?
I think the big one is the next game coming from Lookmister. It's called Degen Rivals. So you'll have all these Degens going in this vehicle battle royale format with their mascots, going against each other. We have 2 more games lined up after that. One coming from our own studio, and then another one coming from an indie game developer. So there's a series of games lined up, all launching exclusively on Base. With on-chain guilds getting most of the benefits of these games. These games are also going to have their own tokens. So like I said, we're going to make sure that we are helping these guilds capture the long-term upside and the value coming out of these games. So follow us. If you are not doing that, there are a lot of other stuff that we are planning in terms of campaigns and reward programs and incentive growth. Like we are dedicating 32% of our token supply just for these on-chain guilds, right? To help grow you guys, right? And that's gonna be like like really cool, right? So join us there, and if you have any questions, always happy to help.
Yeah, this is really, really incredible. I think the level of care and dedication you've put into the branding, into the look of all this, just extremely well done. Everything about this just looks so clean. Your following is just very impressive. And yeah, we're extremely grateful we got to do this with you today. So, Gab, thank you so much for your time. And you guys, if you're not following Tevaera, give them a follow on X, and yeah, go through their links, check out their website, make a guild. It's not financial advice or life advice here, but it's a lot of fun, and it's something you could do with your community that only takes a couple minutes. And yeah, it's really, really awesome.
Thank you so much, Rachel and Bill. This has been like absolutely amazing to chat with you guys, and I appreciate you giving me the platform and the voice to reach out to the base community here.
100%. And there's more to come. We got
Amazing.
2 podcast episodes. You guys
We
will be
cooking
seeing
more.
a lot more of Tevaera.
Another live stream. Another live stream. We're gonna be cooking. We've been in cooking.
We're cooking.
Everyone's gonna know you guys.
Awesome. Well,
All right,
thank you
well,
guys so much. And I think we have
thank you
over
so much.
500 people who tuned in today. Thank you everyone for tuning in, for watching, and for supporting Onchain Media, and just helping us to help folks in the base community. We appreciate each and every one of you.
Thank
Take
you,
care,
everyone.
everyone.
Take care.
Awesome.
Bye.
Thanks so much, everyone.
Bye.
All right. Bye-bye. Shoot.